aid agencies in Haiti are continuing their efforts to help victims on the ground and via the web. Now, VOA's Villarreal is here to tell us more about the role that the internet has played in helping earthquake victims. Alex, it's so good to have you in the studio here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
One of the things we keep hearing about is this communication breakdown that has resulted from the earthquake. So many people don't know whether or not their loved ones are alive or not. But it turns out the social media has come in and saved the day for some.
It really has. You know, Dimi, it's been quite remarkable the role that social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter have played during this crisis in Haiti. Immediately after the earthquake, you know, as you said, communication was down. Phone lines were cut. Cell phone service was almost completely immobilized. And so a lot of people who were able to access the internet, they did, and they were communicating with their families. They were able to tell their families and their friends that they were okay on the other side. And so it really provided a bridge between people who were in the affected area and their family members and loved ones. On the outside, I spoke with one professor, actually a Haitian-born professor here in the United States, and he told me that the way that he found out what was going on the ground in Port-au-Prince was through Twitter. He was tweeting back and forth with a friend of his who was in the capital, and it's really revolutionized communication during a disaster.
I imagine. Now, of course, also very critical right now is aid. We hear, of course, how it's so difficult to get aid directly to the people, but it turns out aid agencies too are really capitalizing on this social media to somehow also help somehow. Can you tell us how that is working?
Yes, no, aid agencies, government agencies, and news organizations have also all taken advantage of social networking sites, and they've been using those to recruit people, to help, to request donations. Facebook itself has actually started a page, a global disaster relief page, providing links to various charitable organizations like the American Red Cross, telling people how they can give, how they can help. The American Red Cross is also taking advantage of another form of technology, the texting phenomenon, and has enacted donations via text. So people can send, if you text the word Haiti to a particular number, 90999, that gives a $10 donation for relief efforts that comes out of your cell phone bill. So there are a lot of ways that everyone's taking advantage of these new technologies to try to get help to the people of Haiti.
And of course, during times like these, there are a lot of opportunistic people also trying to capitalize. And I know that the FBI, among other agencies, have been warning and letting people know that there is a danger to maybe having the money misrouted somehow. So what is the advice to those who are sending money to make sure that it really does get to where they want it to go?
Well, the FBI warns that there are some scams out there, so they say you need to be careful. If you get an unsolicited email, don't open that. Make sure that you know the organization that's requesting money from you. If you see someone on Facebook asking for money, asking for a donation, using social networking sites for that, make sure that you know that they're part of a legitimate organization before you offer your money. Just be careful. But in general, even though there are some bad seeds out there, overall, the internet and these social networking sites have been an incredible resource during this time of great tragedy.
Villarreal, very, very invaluable information about how people can use the social media to also help. Thank you.